water looked harmless, flat as glass, quiet as a held breath, until the moment it wasn't. At dawn, the duck slipped from the reeds, feathers catching the pale gold of morning. The river greeted him softly, a cool cradle that carried him without effort. He had floated this stretch 100 times. He knew its bends, its reflections, the way minnows flickered like sparks beneath the surface. Calm water, he believed, told the truth. He drifted, eyes half closed, letting the current do the work. The river hummed low, a gentle song. Along the banks, willows leaned in and dragonflies stitched blue threads through the air. Everything said, relax. Everything said, you are safe. The duck stopped paddling. The river widened. The banks drew farther apart. The song deepened, almost too low to hear. When the duck finally opened his eyes, the reeds were gone. The water moved faster now, still smooth, still shining. But the pull beneath him felt different, heavier, like a hand closing around his ankle. He laughed it off and dipped a foot to steer back. The river answered by sliding him forward. Panic arrives quietly at first, a tightening in the chest, a glance over the shoulder. The duck paddled harder, feathers hissing as they cut the surface. The shore didn't come closer. It drifted past. The current thickened, invisible but undeniable. The river's surface stayed calm, almost kind, while underneath it surged with purpose. The duck's strokes grew frantic. His breath shortened. The hum became a roar he felt in his bones. This can't be happening, he thought. The water looks the same. A shadow passed beneath him, deep, cold, moving fast. The river curved, and the pull yanked him toward the middle. His strength began to leak away, each stroke weaker than the last. Fear swelled, loud now, drowning every other thought. Then, through the rush, a voice, rasping, steady. Angle, croaked an old heron standing on a half-submerged log. Not against it, across. The duck hesitated. Everything in him wanted to fight straight back, but the river had already taught him that lesson. With a shuddering breath, he turned his body, not upstream but sideways, and paddled at an angle, letting the current slide past instead of through him. Seconds stretched, muscles burned, the pull fought to reclaim him. Then, suddenly, the water loosened. The roar softened. The river released its grip, and the duck drifted into a quiet pocket near the bank, chest heaving, feathers plastered to his sides. He rested there, trembling, watching the same smooth surface glide by as if nothing had happened. Later, when the sun climbed higher, the duck returned to the reeds. The river looked just as calm as before, just as beautiful. He bowed his head to it, not in fear, but in understanding, because some dangers don't shout. Some currents wear the face of peace, and wisdom isn't learned by fighting the water, but by listening to what it hides beneath its shine. If this story moved you, please like, share, and subscribe. It helps the channel grow and keeps these stories flowing.